Hello and welcome back to the channel. So as you know, we are in the sign of Leo, so the season of Leo. We've already experienced the full moon in Aquarius, and as it wanes down, we're watching the framework change as we move through all of the signs. So as the moon itself actually moves through all of the signs. So in the last framework, we were in a waning gibbous that was presented in the sign of Pisces. And we're still in that same energy of the waning gibbous as it continues to move towards the last quarter. As it continues to move towards that new moon, which will be in Leo. So this framework that we're showing now is of course of the waning gibbous energy, but it's transitioning into Aries. So we're starting anew with the Aries energy. So let's see, as the moon starts to hide its face once again, and as it does it in the sign of Aries, what's the underlining energy for this framework that we're working with? So the underlining energy is temperance, which is really beautiful. It has an energy of divine timing. What I'm also noticing is the knowing how much to add and how much to kind of like stay back a little bit. So this entire moon so far has been focused on the unseen connections that you have with those around you, including yourself. And so temperance here is coming through as a supportive energy of knowing when to present yourself and kind of when to stay back a little bit. And with the Aries energy, Aries is always wanting to be up front and center. And so the energy of temperance here is kind of allowing us to take a back seat a little bit more. It's supporting that energy of kind of sitting back and watching how things develop. So the bridging energy here for the framework is I love this. This is the Ten of Cups. This is wonderful because if you watch the Leo seasonal reading, the Ten of Cups was coming through as a traditional form of happiness. So paired along with the temperance energy, it's bringing up an idea of mixing. It's coming through as like the perfect ingredients for the recipe of your happiness. Includes some things that are traditional and some things that are not, because this Ten of Cups was coming through in the Leo extended as things that are as like perceptions of happiness. The perception of this happiness here is a more traditional one. So it seems like what is kind of taking the front seat, with that Aries energy, it was referring to, the temperance taking a back seat. So it's like Aries, the moon in Aries, that energy is kind of helping us to take a back seat and presenting us with a more traditional view of a connection, of some type of the connection. Now, I feel as though with that energy of Aries influencing, there might be a want to be unconventional, be the one that is like unique or standing out, or driving this in some type of way. And what's being presented here is that the moon itself is wanting to kind of pull that energy back and allow a more traditional form of happiness to take the driver's seat, if you will. So let's get an overall energy for this waning gibbous in Aries. See a butterfly outside the window. Let's see what it has for us. Let me get that. All right, here we have we have a tower. The overall energy for this moon in Aries is the tower. So this is actually, it's presenting at, as a collective, if you will, this framework. Interesting, my voice. This framework is kind of, there's something when we allow the traditional form of happiness to take the driver's seat, there's something that is going to be illuminated to us about what happiness means for us, for ourselves, because it's being presented in Aries, and Aries is always, there is a focus on the self. It rules the first house, so there's always going to be a focus on the self. And especially with the temperance energy here, there's a timing that is happening that is not preventing, it's actually, yeah, it's preventing us from seeing what our true happiness is for us. But it's coming through with, like, you have to see the traditional form first before you know what you want yourself. It's like knowing, in the knowing of what you don't want, you will find what you do want. All right? So enjoy that, and enjoy this moon in Aquarius. Not Aquarius, Aries.